Assalamu alaikum girls, how are you? Hope you're doing fine. Let us start by revising our previous lesson. We have talked about last time the how do plants respond to a stimulus. We said this is called tropism, and there are two types of tropism, phototropism and geotropism or gravitropism. The growth towards the light, we call it phototropism. The growth towards the gravity, we call it geotropism. And we said that there is a shoot system and a root system. The shoot system for the plant is positive phototropism and negative geotropism. Why? Because the shoot system will move towards the light and against the gravity. While in the root system, the roots always respond to the gravity. That's why it is positive geotropism, but it goes against to the light, so it is negative geotropism. And we said that there are hormones for the plants. These hormones are called auxins. They have different jobs in the shoot system and in the root system. In the shoot system, they will move to the shaded side and they will let the stem grow more. Yani, if the sun comes from the top of the plant, as you can see in the picture, the auxins will go away from the sun to the shaded side. Now this shaded side will grow upwards. That's why the stem grow upwards towards the sun. While if the sun comes from the side, as you can see in the picture, the auxins will move to the shaded side and will stimulate the cells in the shaded side to grow faster than the other cells. That's why these cells will grow and the other side will not. So the plant will head towards the sun. This is in the shoot system. While in the root system, it makes the opposite. The auxins will move towards the gravity and will stop it from growing. Okay, now let us revise our previous knowledge. All of you know that the organisms are made up from cells. And these cells are like the blocks that make, the small blocks that make up a big building. Now there are two types of cells: the animal cells, which has a random shape, and the plant cell that is covered with a cellular wall. Okay, the main parts of all cells are the cell membrane that covers the cell, the nucleus, which is the control part of the cell. It's the boss of the cell. It gives out all the orders, and the jelly-like fluid that fills most of the cells. So the jelly-like fluid, it is the cytoplasm, the membrane that covers the cell. It is the cell membrane, and the part that controls the function of the cell is called nucleus. What are these? These are the chromosomes. Now, chromosomes, as you know, they are presented in pairs in each cell, whether it's an animal cell, plant cell, or a human cell. They should be in pairs. Now, you know how many chromosomes are there in the human cell or the animal cells? Akid, you know it. It is 26 pairs of electrons, while there are a different number in the sex cells, اللي هي 24 single chromosomes. In today's lesson, we will talk about inheritance. You can open your books, page 318, to understand today's lesson. Our objectives for today are to recognize important terms in genetics, figure out the genetic code in DNA, figure out all what are alleles. These are the new words out of the glossary: genes, DNA, chromosomes, gametes, zygote, inheritance, bases, genetic code, allele, haploid number, and diploid number. I'm sure that most of the words, we studied them last year, if you can remember. Let us start with the objective number 1. Recognize some important terms in genetics. You know that our cells are made up from different parts, and the control part of the cell is the nucleus. Inside the nucleus, we can find the chromosomes. Chromosomes are long threads. They have an X shape. Now, these are a very long threads, and they are mainly made up from the DNA. Okay, DNA, you know that it is a helical strand. They are like ladder, and they are made up from bases. Now we will study what are bases. And each small part of DNA or of chromosome, this is called a gene. Okay, let us figure out. We have the word nucleus, chromosomes, DNA, and genes. The control part of the cell, it is the nucleus. A long thread of DNA, each one is made up from a series of genes. It is the chromosomes. Deoxyribose nucleic acid, a chemical that make up genes and chromosomes, gives instructions for the cell activities. This is the DNA. That's why this is the abbreviation for DNA. It's DNA, deoxyribose nucleic acid. You have to memorize this. The last one, a small section of chromosome that carries the instruction of the characteristic genes. يعني genes, DNA and chromosomes, they carry the instructions. They carry the code of information of each person. They have the code. Okay? طيب. So again, chromosome is made up mainly from DNA. Small sections are called genes, exactly like a Lego game. The big piece of Lego is made up from small pieces. These small pieces are the genes. Or let me describe it in another way. Have a look at this pizza. You know that the pizza is mainly made up from dough, and the dough is made up from flour, tomato, cheese, and lots of ingredients. Now, the ingredients that makes up pizza is the DNA. Okay, we will make a big round pizza. The big round pizza is the chromosome, and if I want to take a small piece of pizza, this is the gene. Now look at this family. You know that. Look at the girls. They look like their parents. From where did they bring their chromosomes and genes? For sure, as you all know, they brought their genes from parents. You know what is this called? Who can remember? This is called inheritance, right? So inheritance is either passing or transmission of characteristics from one generation to the next, or the transmission of genes from parents' gametes to the offspring. Offspring means the new generation. Now, how many chromosomes are there in the body? There are 46 chromosomes, or in another word, we say they have 23 pairs. 23 pairs, as in this picture. They are paired. Because they are paired in a body cell, yani any body cell, the skin cells, the hair cells, the eye cells, the heart cells, stomach cells, any body cell has 46 chromosomes, or 23 pairs. Because they are pairs, it is called diploid number. Di means number 2. Yani you have to multiply it by 2. So diploid number is the number of chromosomes in the body cells. Here 46 or 23 pairs. While how many chromosomes are in the sex cells? You know that it has half number of chromosomes. The sex cells have half number of chromosomes, yani 23 single chromosomes. Or the so-called haploid number. Haploid, half, it means half number. Okay, diploid, it means double the number. Okay, طيب. What is the difference between the number of chromosomes in the sex cells and in the body cells? In the sex cells, they have half number of chromosomes in the body cells. okay يعني this one is a really يعني miracle of Quran. They found out in bees they have 16 pairs of chromosomes, وسورة النحل هي verse number 16. So subhanallah. Okay, so this is the egg, the female sex cell, and this is the sperm, the male sex cell. Both of them have half number of chromosomes, يعني haploid number. Okay, so again, the sperm, the male sex cell has half number of chromosomes, and the female sex cell has half number of chromosomes. Okay, when the sperm combines with the egg to make a new cell, the new cell is called zygote. It is called zygote. Okay, and this is called fertilization. Remember, sperm plus egg, they will give out the zygote. The zygote has a total number of chromosomes. Why? Because we added the number of chromosomes of the sperm with the number of chromosomes of the egg. So the zygote has diploid number, and the whole process is called fertilization. And fertilization, as we all know, it happens in the ovaries of a male. Female. Okay. سبحان الله. الله سبحانه وتعالى قال إنا خلقنا الإنسان من نطفة sperm أمشاج zygote نبتليه فجعلناه سميعا بصيرا.